Oh, it's good to be here with you guys.
It's good. It's wow.
Again, I want to address these accusations.
Did anyone come with a burning issue that they wanted to discuss?
Burning one. Even on a reflective one.
Yeah, kuti pane nyaya yamakasirira kubva kumadhezi ekutanga na baba Charamba.
Started in a manger.
Everything started in the manger.
Hero started in a manger.
For me
to be what I am.
Do you know kuti I don't think kuti the Charamba family actually knows what they did for HIV prevention. I'm not. No. You guys remember that?
I'm just as curious as you know.
That video. You remember that video? Yeah, Mindura iripo. I saw video ya Mindura iripo nikati pasi ne AIDS. Pasi ne AIDS. Anyway, that video for me, I never had a conversation about HIV AIDS kushika ndine munguru kwasa Charamba vanangondradza munhu iye munhu pari pasa. Do you know kuti vakauya nemunhu yaya pari pasa pa drink up vanhu vaitorawa mabeers kumachills chamuna vari pari pasa and they were showing kuti uri kuona wakusiyiwa nedonzi. I was like
anzi akatsikwa neyo pachesi rakati bvisai mumeri simari mumeri please. Oh, that's funny.
Tatakamira imi majeez.
Yeah.
Oyo.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Mrona mana anzi kuda ndakadzidza nawo. Like Chinoy in high school. Saka again, I'm glad Kuda is in the building tonight because I'm trying to address my allegations. Kuda can vouch for me. And no tenga, I promise. People be hating on me. Don't you worry.
So,
Jerome Bible translation mtumwa wa Mwari angani wanu
icho papa.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
Right, so we're going to start this the way we usually start the podcast. All protocols observed. Zvakanaka tichadzosvika wa stage yenguva yezvipo pane kaheti kachatenderera
tinekandiro
aiwa kana mandifunga kuti ndozvatakunganzira panapa manje pane kaheti so vakutuku
aiwa tinekandiro in fact ndokona kutokochonora kepi ndotoisa kareceptical. I tinecard machine, tinecard reader.
Surprise.
What do you think this is?
Trakuona intro song.
Yo, look at Amy. Hunga night in Bosasa. Panikanyaya kakupisa. We just wanna talk about it. Welcome. You know what time it is. Your friends, so they also be a part of it. Yo, you cannot describe what you feel. One of my fruits.
Talking on the national anthem.
We just wanna talk about it, my teeth. Welcome. You know what time it is.
Send it to your friends.
All could be a part of it. You cannot describe what you feel. To the world.
This is
for welcome. This is
welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Love it here.
So much to talk about. Tutangila Barbie.
Spray it.
It's been a very active year for us. And this is saying a lot because Zimbabwe is an active country. Regardless of the year, we have active years. But I feel like this year, when you actually stop and think, this is July. And you think of everything that has happened up until now, when you think of Blessed Geza, when you think of Blessed Mhlanga, when you think of Kwapa Izgoruitwa Fadzima here, when you think of Shabablas, when you think of everything that Wicknell is doing and still doing, it feels like
that he's still going.
Today. He's still going today.
Did he unleash a new one?
I don't even have any bandwidth in me to hate anymore. Because it's just like I've never gone 1v1 as a hater like this and lost.
That's the first L on your record.
No, because I've always thought of my level of hate as it's a long-term investment.
It's impeccable.
But no. It's like, no, I wait you out. Do you know the people that were really self-righteous though? The people of Matabeleland.
No, they always been.
No, the people of Matabeleland at the beginning, they were like, this is a Harare thing.
Nah, my Matabeleland.
And then we gave Sandra and they card, they were like, Pensakalani, Jake.
I was like, hey, you're not the interlay,
Wicknell long.
But we are one of Wicknell, Jake. We are in, so we are some.
We are top.
What's going on, Jake?
Sandy. Then she received the card, then she said, one day everyone forget. Now, if anything that I know you guys are going to be watching, but at this point, it's like, because we've had that conversation about when this whole thing started, and I'm like, I wouldn't even let anyone finish that sentence.
No, me, never. Me, who?
I work hard.
Chase the up.
Guys, Zia is Zia.
I'm glad you get to witness it in person, because I always get shtick on religions. Yeah, I'm not sure out of order. I'm not sure. And my comments, I'm saga. You see,
I don't think it is even comparable.
Because Kandora no edita or visa bangas saga here. Only you see how he was left hating on Wicknell. He leaves me by iron.
No, the difference is
Nyovo.
Munashe will look at the saga and say, me
in there
saga
Iri
can't contain me.
Listen.
Otherwise, the people are here that do you want to explain what was happening in that Jima episode? I mean, once and for all, do you want to explain? I don't think the people kept referring to you and saying, we've never seen Munashe smile this much. But
first and foremost,
the thing that they really wanted, that we had never seen you lick your lips that much. It wasn't even Reganish, it was just from Gemma, what's your favorite place to perform?
Mirai. Right. If you notice, if you pay attention, if you notice, right, from time to time, even right now, before the time, the Tronika Gabaki Vaseline is so my lips get dry. Saka, I always Vaseline it ways. Saka, in that episode, right? Kakabakam Vaseline like misplaced. So I can feel my lips chapping. And it's unflattering to have dry, crusty lips.
Within the vicinity, talented.
Cinema baddies, young audience. Cinema baddies. Look, just look around. Look at the flares.
Look at the quality.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my baddies. Yeah. I'm a baddies old one. Yeah. I'm a baddies at all. So I left my Kabake Vaseline, so that explains me licking my lips.
Yeah.
As for smiling, look at it, smile, guys. I'm always smiling. I actually thought, am I bugging? I actually went back to watch that episode, and then I watched another 3 episodes, literally scrubbing through. I'm like, I'm always smiling. I'm a happy guy. Accusations. You lot were projecting. If you want me to get with Gemma, just say.
Reverse engineering. Icho Moses. Nditumei.
If that's what you want, guys, I'll do it. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, I just remembered, guys. Do you guys remember that Gold Mafia documentary?
Yo!
I mean, I want to bring up old news, but from time to time I found myself thinking of, there's one guy in that documentary.
I know the name.
Do you guys remember Bla Mose? Do you guys remember Moses Nungo?
Simon Rutland, I know him 100%. He flew out the day before yesterday on a private charter.
Moses Nango works for South African Airways at Harare Airport. He offers to help the I Unit's undercover team to smuggle gold.
I've been working at the airport for the last 23 years. I've been helping people to move gold. I've been helping people to move money. I've been helping people to move diamonds.
Moses describes how Rutland and his gold leaf mafia break sanctions on behalf of the Reserve Bank.
Simon Rutland has got a special deal.
What they do is, once if they get the gold, they get the escort all the way to the airport.
They've got 3 to 5 people taking the shit out of the country.
They carry gold.
Oh, where is he?
He's the guy in that documentary who was snitching the most. I don't even remember. The guy was bald and
he was singing, bro.
Of everyone, like everyone who was involved in that documentary had been paid X amount. They had done this. They had opened doors. Moses worked for one of the airlines. I think it's SA, and he had been privy to some of the movements.
Yeah.
And Moses, the way that he was talking was, he literally said to Al Jazeera, right. You know when someone starts me, I can say, right, it's my turn. That guy,
do you see what they do?
No way.
They come, he handed, they come. It's when you're speaking in English and you're like sprinkling them Zimbabwean expressions. No, so they come hunting and they have suitcases. Sometimes the luggage.
They don't have a suitcase. They have a monarch. They have monarchs. That is gold.
Sometimes from 6, sometimes even up to 10 kgs.
I wish we would put a picture so that you guys could see.
Yo!
But that guy was snitching. You could see, I know for a fact, after all is said and done, you know when it all hits, when all of the gossip is out of his system, and you're like, Bandasha said.
I don't think he understood the depth of what was going on. I don't think he actually knew how big of a.
I would throw even a curveball to you guys with that regard. My cycle was all this. You remember with Jesus Takakura, most of us were right around the same ages.
Hey yo!
Them are like,
Yo, we are the same.
do you know, bro? No. Here's the thing. No, let me tell you something. I didn't take offense until. Do you know what? It's one thing to say. Yeah. Do you know what she clapped?
I heard that.
She said, that's what I was like. She means it. She's not even joking. She's like, no, don't include me in this. Did you take what's not Baroba? Sorry, Askana. Sorry.
No. Changu kanda one or two my Eben Groove tune ndakangona sing along. We know.
Pronunciation ya measurement ya measure ndio wanapeza high school Zimbabwe. Hanzi measurement ngani vanhu angavo. Haya we. Iyo makaibia haya. Zimseko level. Yes, zimseko hiyo. Zimseko level huyu. No, but Mutegere. Sorry, Chabu.
No, we've got nothing against you.
Sorry. Nothing against you.
Atina anything against you.
Where were we? No, I was saying something about when we speak about these conversations and political discourse and whatnot. My worry is, I remember growing up teaching about the wars that were happening in Congo.
Yeah.
Now I am a father of two and that's still happening.
Mad.
I am a father of two and that's still happening. I remember Chicago High School. Congo. So that's the worry. We might praise that, but that's one of the offshoots. This now becomes a never-ending cycle. And war is never kind to anyone. So do we then take our chances, Gucci? Shift, protest.
No, I must say, if you look at the structure of the Zadara sanctions that the US levied on Zimbabwe, by definition and how they basically articulated, it literally spells out that we are at war. Like, might not be physical, gun footy, economic wise, we are at war. But I'll tell you for free, I would rather that kind of war than war you my actual bomba ne footy, bro, cause that is long. Sorry, bro,
One spray when they Bowser is supposed to. Like, do you guys, I don't know how many of you have seen those, like, Zetrapi has those water cannons. Lines is a Bowser, too. Canada wanna, like, just, it gave me context as to Canada bullet.
Kind of vantage in what I would die.
I I know of people spray were early 2000, but I was very.
Tell me where you are going so I know to walk in the opposite.
But the thing that worries me the most is we come to places like this, and because all of us are working hard, incredibly hard, there's a certain level of comfort that you then get from that hard work that you, like everyone who's employed here, regardless of where you're employed, you get to see the fruits of your labor at the end of the month. And nekufamba kwenguva pane kanga comfort kaiga kanoita discourage ukatanga kufunga nezvekuti pando Zimbabwe. And not a discouragement, just talking about airport. We've spoken about this. When you get to the airport, I was not begging. You know that declare. What declare? Not declare. You know one of the questions on that declaration form in mode of transport. I was by airport. Is this not an airport? What do you mean mode of transport? That tells me, okay, maybe Magabo printer, one from Mugarenesa Bay Bridge, but in this day and age, why are these things not digital? You know, a template. And then these little things that make you see which reticence between amongst the people that are in charge of us. No. They are okay with things as they are for a certain point, because I mean, how do you build an airport that is that beautiful and say Wi-Fi but screen? So Mono, who hasn't been to Zimbabwe in 5 years, has no Econet line whatsoever, but they need to get in touch with Green. Now they are struggling. How is this international, my brother?
Exactly. It's anything but.
Have you guys thought about those things? Like, if you, let me throw this to you guys. If you could pick one thing that you're passionate about, but I want to improve this about my country, what would that thing be? I want to start with the young people in the audience. I want to start with the young. Then just we are with the young at heart. Young spirits. You know, young people, what are you concerned about? Healthcare. Yeah. What do you, when you say healthcare, I mean, that's broad. What is, I mean, let's,
it's not roaming mic. When is it?
For me, I am very passionate when it comes to healthcare. I'm a nurse. You know,
dialysis.
I had a relative, I ended up public hospital. There was no water, no electricity, nothing. So for me, that's a big, big red flag, because for them to get better, they need those things. So, yeah, I'm planning to have a clinic for myself for people that are struggling. So my finances, you know, allow me to do that. Especially today, I went to work today, and I work in dialysis. There's an alcohol thing called chloroprep that we use to clean the skin before we do any procedures. Two my bin bags that were going to be thrown away because they're out of date, but they're not really out of date. So me in my head, and I could have taken this and brought it back home to help other people that are struggling, but because my passion.
No, it's valid, very valid.
It's not funny.
No, very valid. Very
I work as a nurse as well. I work in emergency department, so there's a lot of people that come with alcohol dependency. So it's just kind of like, you know, there's white people, black people that come with like alcohol dependency. So it's just kind of like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
No.
It's not funny.
No. I think, you know what? I think she made a very valid point. Because if we're going to keep it a buck, particularly in Zimbabwe, this is something we don't really speak about a lot explicitly. The alcohol dependency in Zimbabwe is crazy work. And I don't think people actually confront that issue with the seriousness that it needs to be approached with. Like, you remember that period where my shelves were empty and shit was fucked? I was in Zim 07, 08. You think Zim is bad now? 2007, 2008. Yay! But you know who never went out of business? Delta. In fact, Delta went from strength to strength. Even my niggas are not big at Chibuku. Oh, you were thriving. So you're absolutely right. Hey. No, big up yourselves though. I feel it. Healthcare is a sore spot, you know. Naga campaign now on the promise of good healthcare month for today.
Hey, sorry for being late. Congratulations on baby number 2.
Yeah! Oh, I got to meet her today for the first time, by the way. Adorable. The chillest baby you ever meet in your life.
We want to say we've came. Yeah. Amatuke, thank you for bringing up the healthcare thing. Thank you. I have a friend who watched his wife die after a road traffic accident. And that's not an easy thing to do. He was based here and he'd gone to Zim on holiday with his family. And he watched his wife die because they didn't have breathing apparatus in the hospital. I mean, like, that's basic. But anyway, can I just circle back to Geza Smallsville? People are allowed to change their minds. In as much as you say he was like so-and-so, 10 years... Oh, sorry. When you say he said so-and-so in like 10 years ago, whatever, people are allowed to change their minds. Like, he said, oh, I would go this way, blah, blah, blah. But collect the money from the, what is it? East Midlands money. Yes, and the gold mines, everything. Anyway, thank you, King.
No, valid point. Very valid point.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you for bringing that up, though. I do want to say, in the spirit of conversation and public discourse, the one that we're having, I do think there's a difference between what Geza did, though. The difference being, well, for starters, Munashe exaggerated, it wasn't 10 years ago, it was 2 years ago. But for dramatic effect, like the things that he did say, like he had said them 2 years prior to him becoming this messiah that he was framing himself with. And for me, it wasn't so much that he said something that contradicted what he was saying. It was, as a people, I think we do ourselves a disservice when we don't listen to what somebody is saying. Because it's okay for us to say, Guji, Geza, we know what he is and what he's standing for, and we are accepting him for what he is. But if we accept him on the basis in which we believe what he's saying, we risk getting disappointed down the line. And then we say, how did we not see this coming? The reason why I was bringing up the things that I was bringing up is, it's similar to if you watch Majeni and Nelson Chamisa, if you watch Majeni and Tendai BT, if you watch Majeni, if you're somebody who's on that, there's things that they have said consistently throughout. There's things that you're like, okay, we in 1999 we can see, but munakaita se mukuru. Mukuru pane zvinhu zvavakataura before 2017. Handi zvakazoita sekunge zvachinje. Handi, but when you kana umori munhu, you remember like the euphoria of November 2017 and we thought things were, if we had been listening we would have noticed with no. Kuchinja baba watuita. Delhi did the same. The house is still there. So that's where my fear is. Because I would rather us go into things knowing no. So we won't change our landlord. But we wanted the disappointment, like immediately after a year, people were like, things were better under Robert. They really weren't. But it was coming from a place of disappointment. But you guys, you said we were going to be doing things differently. Those guys never said any of those things. If you really look at November 2017, you realize with half the things that we thought they said, we were the ones who were saying,
projection.
Yeah, lose some more, my point. But then again, we don't want this to tabu on the taboo. You know, you can tell which must say, I want to have it because my girl from Wigan wants to say something. Dope bits.
Touching to what you've just said, and I know Pambo told on topic or point you know, but we are the ones being distracted during that. We circle back to alcohol dependence. Because but self-destructing. So in as much as we're like, it's affecting us on a daily basis. And not to act holier than thou, but when Asha brought up with I was like, years ago, it just shows that there is no human being who's able to fix this. This is beyond human power. And we just need to wait on God to act at his right time.
You know what? I'll even take it a step. I'm so glad you said that. I'll even take it a step further. Because, you know,
Mr. Stepfather.
Some 2 legs. Sometimes in my fugue state, induced fugue state, no more DBs.
Deep Sandara.
You see, the current state of affairs across Africa, and since, time immemorial, this is post-colonization. I promise you, and you can never convince me otherwise, it is like that by design. Now, am I exonerating us from the agency that we have and autonomy to fix things? Absolutely no. No. At the end of the day, we can fix shit.
100%.
But ultimately, it's like that by design. But when I say by design, and I mean this, you can look at me and I promise you, the people who are orchestrating these things and these designs, they aren't even operating on a flesh and blood physical realm level. They are not. Like, you listen, this is a hill I am so willing to die on. And I love that my good sister, hey, I need to say I'm going to scripture. But I'm saying, we are not fighting against flesh and blood, but spirit and principalities, what no. That right there, because think about it. Zimbabwe, once upon a time, Pampani Zinoyera, where Wakapinda and you don't observe the correct protocol, Unotatarika, and Wakanunga Shanje, and you just fucking ate the fucking Shanje, just incorrect, that's you, you're done. Span, Muriago, you're done, it's a wrap. Mafan Ronza, the fucking hardcore and who then fucking you check. Now tell me why these niggas came on a fucking ship, on a boat, fuck all of this, desecrated, like Cecil John Rose right now, Akadjani, to now we go my topos in the one place in Oyera so hard, put my fucking bones there. So, right? Monitors on it, no, yeah, it's no royal and Zimbabwe and whatnot. Say, my royal, that's not who royal and why? I'll tell you why they did it. Because them men were on a next spiritual level. Bro, them niggas are on a Satan on speed dial. You can't tell me otherwise. So, right.
Don't get me started, guys. Don't get when you get him on this tip, it becomes a PR. But so for me, I'm with you guys, but I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side of the conversation where I understand what is being said, and I accept what is being said. Where my point of departure almost becomes where the deeper we go with that conversation and that line of thought, the more hopeless the situation becomes. But that for me is where I almost, because I'll give an example where I am is not so much to dismiss and say that I just showed it. No. But where I am, I still want to go back to Nyaya agency. Because that's almost, there are many people who want to use that as a cop-out. No,
we're not exonerating you of that.
So that's where my why is. And because I'll give you an example I'll give you the wildest example that I've come to see, and I'll give you an example of the Arabs, the Muslim nation. I know you guys remember a time where a Muslim man could not walk around Akaberika statue because of what the media was. There was a time where those people could not walk around Akaberika statue.
Big man.
It did not matter what you are an African Muslim, it did not, but fast forward 20 years later, less than, the Middle East has become a symbol of opulence. The Middle East is, like when we think of affluence, we think of Dubai. When we think of leisure, we think of Abu Dhabi. Right now, Saudi Arabia, do you guys know what Osama bin Laden was born in Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia is mediating Russia versus Ukraine. Saudi Arabia is sitting down Donald Trump and saying, let's talk peace. So my thing then becomes with you, how did they do it? So you see with that thing, because that situation, if there was a hopeless situation, we don't even want to get into the mechanics of how that had happened, that whole Arab situation, right? But we're taking from a purely hopeless, even when we talk from an infrastructure, Dubai was a desert in 2001, right? Everything that is there, welcome guys, welcome. Changota is one of the most lovers. So I don't even want to get into the weeds of who's what, who's bad. Honestly, because we could have this conversation all day long, and it could become, I don't want that to become the focal point of why we're here, right? But in the same way that we allow for and understand and open our minds to there being a spiritual realm that is fighting us, I think we need to take ownership of some of these things. Because as individuals, there are things that we can do. Because you know, the one thing that I know for a fact we've gone past is our Zimbabweanness, the spirit of Ubuntu, the spirit of helping a fellow man. Very disappointed with how people handled the COS regime. If we go to a point whereby people are selling COS $10,000. That means that person is selling their home, their entire being, only to come here and struggle to find hours. That's kinda, if we're in a situation in which we stop, because you cannot blame spirituality on that.
Yeah,
that's you.
That's a you thing. You see, you know.
Do you get what I mean? So it's that thing in which, in as much as we can come up, because the crazy thing is we can come up with excuses to justify and explain all the things that are coming up. But we do need to look next door and say, what are you? You know, like, you know, the young people are talking about, I was looking at these, I honestly think it's a beautiful thing. You know, when you look around and you say, but you know what can I take back to my country? When people are having those conversations and laughing at Chamisa and saying, my bullet trains, you guys use trains every time. Tell those people that ask because you know the crazy thing that we did. No, remove the
let's dream big.
No, guys, we lie to ourselves and say this let's dream big thing. Let me actually stand up for this. Yay! Guys, I promise you, the first part of getting over where we are is accepting where we are.
Yep.
Disappointment, I'm going to feel like we should not celebrate Shabbat Plus because you did not have an interchange for 45 years. Real honesty is saying, yo, we did a thing. How do we do this thing again? It's not a reflection of who you are. It's a reflection of the people that have taken us this long. Because
Yeah, I was gonna bring that point up. Yeah.
So when we say we need to dream big, nobody because we are so fixated on this.
Let's give a round of applause, please. Pretty big weekend.
I want, guys, we're getting caught up on the. I want to get to the fun stuff. I want to get
No, this is fun.
This is fun.
Like it.
I honestly think, Sevan, chinoziva pressure isibo. Right now we can't get on the same page about simple things like voting, about voter apathy. We are not in a position to critique someone coming up with a basic idea. Because healthcare, these are basic things.
Very basic.
Very basic things. Saka munanga uya ne spaghetti road mama muti ndezvekushaya. I don't know what to tell party. Because you know what I know for most of us, when you arrive in England, there's certain things that you left Zimbabwe, which are outdated. I will speak for myself. Because I was in Zimbabwe for 27 years, I got to a point where I thought with my bus in when you think with a Makombi, commuter omnibus, maybe that's for convenience. I would have never thought I would have never thought that a bus can coexist with a train, can coexist with a taxi, can coexist with an airplane. And do you get what I mean? Like the concept of public transport, right? But let's fix public transport. there's someone who wants to come and say, let's dream bigger. I don't think that's honest, guys. Do you think that's honest?
No. Thanks. As I will speak for those of us who are not young and are not young at heart anymore. This is my midlifer. And something, I just want to share, especially, I really appreciate hearing all the young guys, sharing their opinions and talking about what they hope for and all of that. One thing that I want anyone who was born, 90s, late 90s into the 2000s to understand is that a lot of the things that we wish for and dream for in Zimbabwe are not that crazy because they happened in our lifetime. Okay? I'll be 44 in a few days' time. Young man. But, I went to primary school. Government school, not government school, when I was at Mahara. Okay? I have older siblings who are a few years older than us. I remember, grade 7, there were 2 subjects. This is the late 80s into the early 90s, right? It's also grade 7, there are 4 subjects. Now I'm one subject actually. Now I understand with my grade 6 exam. Anyway, the reason I'm saying this is I want you guys to understand that the basic functional things that we want to see in Zimbabwe are not that hard to achieve because we had them before. We had them before. There are many things that people will say that are negative about President Mugabe and everything, but there was a push for education. Vanhu vaiendesa vana kuprivate school zvekutongoda kana kuafoda kuti oni mari yacho tinayo, not because the belief was kuti mwana ndikasamendesa private school handizivi kuti pane chichabude. That happened in my lifetime. Okay, today I get so frustrated. I have family members nehamba kuZimbabwe dziri kunzwa kuti mwana grade 1 grade 2 vana vakusoma extra lessons and you're paying for extra lessons. Vana vari paholiday mwana anokusoma extra lessons. Now some of it I understand there might be also motivation yemateacher vari kuda kuti vawanewo something because of the nyaya yepay isiri kunyatsoita mushe, but we used to be able to achieve so much without all those extra lessons. Ndinoda kuita extra lesson kusha ndatotanga kugadzira form 4 personally. But today we're not talking about extra lessons, primary, grade 1, grade 2, ECD and all of that. A-level, A-level, 5 subjects, 6 subjects. And I'm thinking to myself, that sounds impressive, but I'm asking myself, why? What is that supposed to achieve? And so I think there's a lot of self-examination we need to do, Sevan, and kind of just ask ourselves, why are we doing those things? Because a lot of those things, apana mtemo wakambobva kugovernment wekudzi vana vanoita masubjects 6 ndo vachabudirira. Apana. But tichumanya tega tichiisa pressure. Apana mtemo wakambonzi mwana ane 6 years ngaatanga kuita ma-extra lessons. But tikubhadhara tikuzviita izvozvo. And some of those things I think are self-inflicted, and we're no longer producing vana vari well-rounded. Because today tingoda kuti mwana anogona kuverenga, mwana anogona maths, and those things are important, don't get me wrong. But there's so much more to life. And in fact, with where I'm at as a middle life person, I have to know that I know I'm a book chair, do want to Sarah.
Make some noise. Thank you, Mama.
Very valid.
Right. The poor microphone inspired by my brother, because I connect with his generation, although he's even younger than me. So I belong to, we call ourselves the DX generation. You wouldn't know what a DX is, because a DX is a Mazda pickup truck that we used to ride and move about in the 90s. I want to concur with my brother. I think the issue that we have now in the current generation is this limitation of what is possible. I had the privilege of working in sort of like finance industry back in the 90s, and I saw with my own eyes banks being formed. Kingdom Bank. Trust Bank, Royal Bank. I saw one of the biggest conglomerates, the TA Holdings, being taken over by young black people. I saw a 25-year-old structuring a deal to buy Dunlop in Zimbabwe. So that things were possible. I went to high school. I went to a government high school. When I got to a government high school when Form 1, Form 4. But when I was in Form 1, we used to get breakfast, cereal, after cereal, this every day, different types of cereal. After cereal, you get bacon, egg, you name it. We used to have a formal dinner every last Thursday where you're supposed to dress up, right? Every last Thursday of the month. We used to have Sunday roast. We used to have, we used to have, so I'm just saying, but what used to happen, what I discovered later, what used to happen was parents used to simply donate stuff to augment what the government was doing. So there was that partnership between parents or private sector and the government that worked. Now, I'm only saying this as an example to say, at times I watch us as Zimbabweans, and when things are said, of course, you don't want to be unrealistic. You want to get, the health stuff, fixed and but there is a certain limitation that just comes. I don't know what has happened over the years. We just need to be a bit broader in our thinking and be accepting that anything can literally be done. I was in Rwanda a week ago. The things they have done in 30 years. Kigali is, by any measure, a first world city. The things they have done, even I went to rural near the border with Uganda, deep rural Rwanda. But the amenities that are there. So I think as Zimbabweans, we just need to not limit ourselves.
No, make some noise, big facts. But before my good sis gets into that, no, make some noise, big facts. But before my good sis gets into that, someone mentioned corruption, right? So the question I'm going to posit for everyone, and I implore everyone to approach this with utmost sincerity and honesty. And panakamwe kaukoronyera corruptness kari so deeply entrenched within us that it's actually hypocritical to call to task the people in power, because corruption in the UK muno, I promise you, outdoes corruption in Africa. Yeah, UK. Oh my God. The only difference is, in UK, kana wagenda ku hospital, uruda panadol, uruda painkiller, you get it. Zvakanzi, uruda kukwira train yakurifandira kuyana 9:40. It might come at 9:43, but it comes. Right? So that's why no one gives a fuck about corruption in Rumsoro. But best believe corruption in Rumsoro outdoes corruption in Zimbabwe. But corruption in Zimbabwe, the difference is it's on a grassroots level. You couldn't dare go into Muhithro Okandra 20 pounds and 50 pounds of the big number over 5 kgs. You wouldn't even dare do it, because you know that nobody fucks with that. Up until we cleanse ourselves of that mentality from a grassroots level, it will be very hypocritical of us to even try to call to task vanhu vari kumusoro pabate ipapa. Anyway, that's my symbol. Hallelujah.
I had to fight for this mic, so I just. Okay, so what I wanted to say circles back to like your initial question, but it's also fed by the contributions we're getting from everyone else. When you said what would you change in Zimbabwe? I think personally for me, first things, post-production, I don't want to be attacked by Zim.
What's the name? What's the name? What's the name? Zitandian.
I still took it one
Zitandian is talking saying Nangirgini speaks. AP speaks for Zim celebs.
No, the thing I would change personally is my Zimbabweans actual. Us as Zimbabweans.
Hey, attack my Japanese, eh? Yeah! Send location, I come to you. I come send location.
Okay, so I just see where China or Sasa or what, but Zimbabweans, we have this hater spirit and unseriousness. No, like your type of hating is proper. But I'll give an example, like on serious things, right? If we were to get a Captain Traore in Zimbabwe right now, he's not gonna get backing. Because like when that US general came out and said all that nonsense. Yes, backing up people were in the streets saying we stand with Captain Traore. Zimbabweans would be in the comment section of every US social media platform saying, guys, like this guy, what? Zimbabweans are the first people to look for your downfall. Because we're not at a stage where someone is willing to risk themselves to be a revolutionary. What happened to that journalist, Blessed? The moment he was arrested, the first thing all of us were saying, IGT. So, I think if we... So the only way we can get actual change is if we have a true revolutionary, but the public is not at a point where they can support a true revolutionary. And then adding on to, I love what Munashe talked about, the world's politics and all of it, like it's very spiritual. Congolese people managed to get Patrice Lumumba's teeth. Zimbabweans, we are quiet, but Mapupa Ambiani and Dakanza Chamuka are somewhere in the British Museum. We have so many of our spirit mediums who are stuck in the British Museum. Vano Zorora saying, Mapupa Wanuka saying when she's not in her
Do you think that was an accident?
No.
They know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They're like,
Do you want to respond to yours?
I think we lack a co-production element of thinking.
Our age mates.
I think... Sorry, no. No, but I genuinely think we lack co-production. Because nothing gets done at the top without the people at the bottom, and the people at the top don't get anything done without the bottom. That's why Geza came to us as a public, because whatever government would have never gone out without us chipping in, and they couldn't do it without us. So there's an element of co-production, and that's the same thing when you find Labour is campaigning. They appeal to us because there's that element of co-production. And I think that Zimbabweans, we have tried, people are just not... They lack that talent. People are tired, which is very, very normal. But you find like in the UK society, when someone do something and it works, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to talk to their neighbor, they're going to talk to their neighbor, they're going to come to social service and they're going to be like, hey, we found out that all the old people on our street are struggling this way, this works, and can you go do that? They're not waiting for Labour to come and do something. You know, people are like, it's for free. Yes, it's for free, but that ball needs to be maintained, guys. This is how the person is going to be able to do that. You're now hating on this person, but we all now in this society. now we can all share. Makasampa mvura anogoshansa domestically and it's fine for them and their family, but they need to maintain it. So let us say, hold on, as a community we're benefiting from this. I think that people are waiting for people at the top to do something, but people at the top are going to do things that they're seeing people at the bottom responding well to. Yes, they're glory hunters, and we have to appeal to people's ego. And humility is important, but hey, things don't get down without kissing ass.
You're so right. No agency and autonomy and number. There's a lady up there.
I realized.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. You can do it. I just wanted to say we forgot to do this because he came in the middle of a hot button issue, but we have Mr. Filling Station in the house. Yeah, Mr. Poster. I know some of you might not be able to make eye contact with him because Mr. Filling Station is in the house. Shout out to you. Open up. I want to die. Now, I'm going to show you. Similar to who I'm in. Yeah, stand up. Hey. That's me, oh, yeah. So that's the incredible brother that runs that African podcast that deals with you. You know, if you talk to him nicely, he can say, hey.
Yeah, he'll be all up in here.
I've stopped. But I think we can go around we can keep going around, but the general gist of what we are saying, and I'm not afraid to speak on behalf of people here, we care a lot about Zimbabwe. Yeah. Everyone in this room is tethered on a spiritual level. And I can tell that connection for most of us is unwilling. But for some reason, it has not gone away. You know, because I feel sometimes I want to fight it. Could you just want to move on and say, you know what?
All my kids are British. What the fuck am I bothering myself?
You know? But that yearning for home, that I think the lady who last spoke and EP and Nkoma Mnatsi and Nkoma Hilary, it's an issue of accountability. I think that has been the revolving theme. Yeah. We cannot be asking the higher ups of these things if we can't ask ourselves of these small things. Like right now, the same way that you guys showed up and said, but time. Yeah. But time. If we were to do another event and we do the same mistake, then we know Taramba with accountable. But that's the thing that we're going to look to improve on. If it's a communication issue where we say, okay guys, event will take 7, can I take 8? And then we stick to that time. Because you guys have communicated, you know, it's cute because Muribedu, but that wasn't cool. Don't you know? So we are now looking, so in our individual spaces, it's like, how do I hold Munashe accountable? How does Munashe hold me accountable? You know, in our individual communities, because confidence, we are tired, mentally fatigued when Geza comes, in as much as we buy into what he's saying. We have not seen the results of everyone that we've ever begged. Whether it's Pastor Ivan, whether it's Fadzma at the beginning, whether it was Morgan Changirai, whether it was Nelson Chamisa, we have always... I'm bringing him up as a name. Kuti, I'm bringing him up as a name in terms of this journey that we've been walking past. You know, it's these things, these 2 steps forward, 17 steps, you know. This, you know. So I get it, man. And I'm so incredibly proud of you guys for showing up and letting your voices be heard in this way. Obviously, in the spirit of this, we still want you guys to walk back home, which you feel safe. Pani party and another feel out. No. No, because I could feel it. What are you bro.
Like youth committee.
And you know the crazy thing, Bronzy? Dikando. Not me. Because I think
I'm good.
I was better.
Was watanga through your YouTube channel wakagara wakuchira propaganda children. So this is what we are saying.
I will launch
the state of launch of launch as of Aunganidza in person. Hey.
What I want us to do though, I really want us to have a well-rounded night. We want you guys, we are not going to be able to solve the issues of Zimbabwe today. There's no way. Unfortunately. But if you guys think we should do these spaces quite often where we sit down and chat, you let us know. Because I think for most of you guys, you didn't know what this was going to be, right? So I mean, we got carried away with that joke and I realized with it. But no, it's been dating. What I'm doing, I'm doing it. What right? Accountability. Oh yo! I want to matangro. Shout out to you. What's your name, my boy? Stan. What's your name? Stanley.
What in the toy is about to go on? Hey.
Stanley. Hey.
Chinguita.
Hey. Yeah, what am I saying? I won't.
Please. You know what I mean?
No, Tibe. So wait. After this, we're going to play. Then after this, we're going to have our top 5. Proudly brought to you by Jagamiri Coffee. Top 5 here, Nancy. We're coming up. We're going to come up with the top 5 Yenduran. Zimbabwean iconic names.
Iconic characters.
You don't need to explain. Zimbabwean people, you just need to say the name and then you need to say.
No backstory.
We're going to, no backstory in need.
Batman.
Right? So, she's the team revolution. Aiwa. My lyrics are just obayiziga bandera. Azobayiziga.
Because it's criminal to not. It's criminal to not finish that song with that. Tang chingwetana. Tang chingwetana. Tang chingwetana.
Vapeimwe ogirani. Chibaba wakati iwewe ku high school kwakuda kuziva.
Inini?
Vapeimwe.
Inini?
Will it Manzaleta?
Inini? Oh. Brother. Ndokwangurubasa kwangu.
Amai boy oye.
Terera munzwe mazangisheni terera. Amai boy oye terera munzwe mazangisheni terera. Oba kubika huku. Chijikande chamuna.
Do you guys know what if you go on YouTube and you say Munashi war crimes? Go on YouTube and say Munashi, you will see. Even after this one, I'm taking to my drinks. But I hope you guys use this time to think. Murukan's where ka aroma.
Coffee guys. From the Eastern Highlands.
Yeah.
From the Eastern Highlands.
Pane dark chocolate chichi as well. Aiwa, uyauzwe.
Danny.
Bururu wa mnashe aiwa.
Dan, who's my best friend? Where's my best friend? I love you.
Are you guys having a good time?
You having a good?
Should we?
Hey, boys, there's somebody that's serious for a minute then.
But I feel like,
but I love that about us, you know?
It doesn't feel
because
out of place.
Serious.
It doesn't feel out of place. That's the scary thing, I think, with you guys.
Niggas.
Wanted to find out, last week, this most recent episode, we threw in a topic that we haven't fully, I don't know if you guys, how many of you have watched the episode, but there was a Hima maid. Maid helper. What's the consensus? Where are we landing? Okay. But
I like the pasa aspect of it because ibasa.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right. That's a direct translation to housework.
So just to put, to give context to everyone that might have missed the discussion, there was a tweet that people were debating on social media. It was a very silly tweet. I think that one unanimously we dismissed. It's a very silly conversation, but the conversation became about the terminology that we now use in this day and age. Helper, people call helper, some people call, because they say maid is a very oppressive, the connotation and whatever. But it has also gone to other types of work, right? Where people are obsessed with the titling. You shouldn't call curtain boy because it's called landscape technician. And just like you guys, the first time I heard that term, I thought it was just people joking around. But there's generally people who say, so I wanted to find out. Yeah? Oh, yo, Munashi.
Yeah. Wangu.
Okay.
I think as much as they say we can't use this word, they also, I think the politics are consistent with where you guys make the conversation.
Yeah.
So they're not only saying it's no one, I can't want to cheat out or hospital, but they also say, let's pay these guys fair wage.
I think that's what the contradiction for me was, because the person who was asking for Wi-Fi was calling them a helper. So my question was, how are you considerate enough to be calling this person a helper, but debating on the social...
And you're not advocating for fair
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Which should we call women or female.
Right.
As soon as I understood it, like, I think people believe in people like... I think people don't understand this unconscious bias. One of them female, then say men in the same sentence. So do I get my issue? The people who forward this, like if you look at the empirical evidence, my journals, like, let's not call these people maids.
Yeah.
If you look at the other journals, they're saying, guys, let's pay these people fairly.
Right.
And paying people fairly, I know like some people have taken it to the extreme. If you can't pay a maid fair wage, don't pay them. But we have to remember in Africa, I'm not paid fairly.
Right.
But also there's a thin line. Like, but I'm by MSU, Kunim cards, I check for bus.
MSU ndo ema ni green. Sorry. Gymnasium.
But mother, I'm only full-time job. So what you do is, let's say 30 students now, they would put in my orders in WhatsApp group.
Right.
They know that she made it, become an order and very one. What she said to me was like, Wakati, because this is like the whole supply chain, so what I'm doing for the maid is to talk about a tiny profit sharing scheme. Which you want to sales targets, you watch percentage of profit no one. Plus, in the inputs, so that is a good cheap, example, then ukadotengesa you can flip it and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think the people wakaunza forward, the social scientists, were right in the fact that let's change this way because it's not nice.
Right.
Maybe like I think because when to care, people try to call us support workers, and I think that's nice.
Yeah.
And the wages back that up. I think that's the good thing about it.
Right.
The wages back that up, but also like I think the word support worker is better than carer.
Right.
If you want to support.
Before we get to because in the spirit of accountability, Andy, I think the lady that you're describing there, I don't know if it's you, if it's just me, but that sounds like an incredible person.
Yes.
We're recording this. Are you able to maybe just, because in the spirit of encouraging incredibleness, these are the kind of people that needs to be given a shout out from wherever. If you can, remember her name, just shout it out. Your mom's nigga.
Like Chembera, I think that was 2015.
Okay.
Young men, I will not know.
But yeah, no, I feel you guys might
No, but so I think back to the maid's issue, right?
Yeah.
First of all, thank you.
I think somebody said that you guys want to say helper and not maid, but to give them that respect of the job that they're doing, right? Because like I said in Shona, I was like, Siswe Basa, because it is Basa. Like me personally, for most of my childhood in Zimbabwe, I was raised by maids. And that's actually a job. But then in the same breath, people want to say the word helper because they're trying to be progressive and say, oh, we're trying to be more respectful to them. But you want to go out and say that, do they deserve the Wi-Fi password? Which is, I would personally say, a basic amenity. You go to public places in this country and there's free Wi-Fi in most places, but someone's coming to work and you're saying, do they deserve the Wi-Fi password? And you're trying to make it like a discourse thing. I don't think it has that same respect thing that they're trying to pretend like it has.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else agrees.
So there's a lady right behind you.
I was going to say, me at work, I'm not allowed to use the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So if you don't want your mate to use your Wi-Fi, fair enough. But it's got nothing to do with whether what you're calling them. Do you know what I mean? Because certain jobs, you can use the Wi-Fi. But if the rule is when you come to work, don't use your phone, don't use your Wi-Fi. First.
But does it not get tricky with maids though? Because they want you to report. They're taking care of your kids.
If it's a live-in maid, I think that you're just being a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's a live-in maid, you're just being unreasonable because she's probably going to use that phone to play with your kids and show them Coco Melon. So let her use the Wi-Fi. But come on, Maria Wi-Fi, no bad come bundles up. So Chukotora na sisi auntie, whatever you could do this month, Tombo Kumbra to meet a video called Mashoma. And I'm saying that
there's a lady two floors.
Tanya studying to Zimbabwe.
Hoyo.
Tanya studying.
Hoyo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
My name is Spaghetti, and shout out to our sponsors tonight. Zimbabwe is a beautiful country, and I'm here to remind you that it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I live and work in Zimbabwe, and I wear many hats.
Yeah.
One hat, I'm a real estate agent. Hi.
Oh, okay. Truly, Kavanu.
Yes.
All right.
We were together last week in Birmingham. So let's build Zimbabwe. There's a lovely place to build. It's beautiful. I'm based in Malawi. There's so many things. And trusted people. But then also to answer your question about the maid. I have a maid. She's my maid. She's taking care of all my kids and I love her to bits. But so could pay her accurate or better wages is not feasible. Because in one of my jobs, I read the news on ZBC TV. And in that job, that should be a prestigious job. But then I earn $17 per shift. $17 per shift to present the news to the nation. So tell me, who is going to do that job unless you love Zimbabwe?
Because 17. 10 you don't want to news story each day or 17.
This is my country, and I love Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
I've done many things for this country, and I would never let that job down because who's going to do that job? Who's going to carry that burden of delivering the news on Zimbabwe media? Whether it's good media, whether it's bad,
I'm here to tell you that good things are happening in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
And it might not pay me, it's opened amazing avenues for me.
Yeah.
I would do that job, and I've done it without them being able.
Oh, make some noise, make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise, make some noise.
There's many things that are going haywire in that country. There's wonderful things that are happening there. And let's invest back there. There's developments that are growing. There's places in all corners of the country that are budding. And so many beautiful things that are happening day in, day out. It is a beautiful place, and the world knows it, mind you. There's minerals, 60 minerals of bankable value in our Great Dyke. People know it. These big conglomerates are coming. They're taking everything out of that place. And let's take time to invest in there. Zimbabwe is one of the few countries that will give a mining license to a non-national. Try doing it in South Africa. It will not happen. But Zimbabweans are waiting and saying, oh, people are doing this. Go in there, go into the mines, mine the chrome, get it done. It is possible. And if you want to invest in Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe is waiting for you.
I want to ask you guys, there could be diversity of perspective. Imimi machinyonga nyonga kunoku masai o mamanzwa achitaura akamirira side row.
Everyone's welcome.
Everyone's welcome. It's incredible. And do you know, man? I think I'm running out of compliments for you guys, man. I'm enjoying this night too much.
Oh, you've done yourselves. Fuck, Jesus.
I'm enjoying
You
this.
know what? Why am I even surprised? Because we've seen it.
What? Top 5. Top 5 origins. No, so here's what we're going to do, guys. We want to do this and then get the podcast to a natural end, right? When that does, we wrap up this recording, because we're recording everything, and then it becomes free flow. So we can continue having this conversation, but we want the runtime to be reasonable. So the conversations can continue. I mean, so so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the top 5.
But that drinks break after top 5.
I want to tell you a bit the podcast.
After top 5, the podcast, and then to the new.
So that pets to because I know which panel I say. Kunoga then chichi. Top 5, our top 5 is top 5 icons.
Iconic
characters, pivotal players, names that don't need
big personalities.
What we're going to do is I have my contribution, Monashe has his contribution. And based off the names that we've said, we would then judge based off the energy at which you raise your hand. Which is so,
okay.
Top 5 iconic names proudly brought to you by
Shangamiri Coffee.
That man has a PhD. That is. I want you to know, are you saying it's coffee? No. This is a man that is obsessed with the idea. Again, when you guys walk away from here, in the same way that you know a bit about Spitzkop, that you know about Changamire, you guys have had the conversation that we have had about Changamire. You know when you can hear that someone is not trying to sell you something, but with or without you, this person is going to.
This train is going where it's going. You board it or you don't.
So the main idea behind Changamire is based off what he told me was, I've traveled the world sampling and tasting different kinds of coffees. He's been to Japan, he's been to Vietnam, and the confusion that he had was, I think our coffee is better than this. But how come we are not in these conversations? Most of you guys will drink coffee when you go, she went to buy Italian. I think the words that he used was, "Ipi coffee am I Italian?" Am I paraphrasing? He literally said, my Italian doesn't even have, they don't have coffee, they don't, so bakutara Italian coffee. So he is coffee. Hey. So in whatever way you can, this man is on a journey to spread the gospel about Zimbabwean coffee. These beans are grown, cultivated, farmed in the Eastern Highlands in Zimbabwe. Homegrown coffee. And boom. Yes. So you're getting in on an exciting journey of discovery. So these are the guys that sponsor our. Just wanted to give a little bit of context. Munashi, give us your first.
First one.
Your first one. No, your only one.
Okay.
One. We're going one.
Sorry, I'm gonna steal this off you.
That's fine.
Well, you had the benefit of the hit stuff.
That's fine.
So I don't know. Yeah. Good fix up. What is a double barrel?
Yeah.
To one of my singles. I like that.
That's an easy one.
You like that, yeah? You like that, yeah?
But
you know when the smart kid next to you mutters an answer in class and then you're like, and then you say it out loud and the class is like, wow, nice or not good.
So that's what we're thinking of.
Yeah.
Like 2-5 characters, names.
That's the precedent of this top 5.
It's kind of like, it's a package deal. I will mine now because he's taken my, which from the groans that I had sounds like many of you were thinking along those lines. But I'll give you one that is a sleeper.
Yeah.
But when you hear it, you're like, oh, Rotina Mafunga. You see this reaction? It's one of those, I don't know if you guys know, 2007, there's a lady who told the Zimbabwean government,
Hey, that's a bad guy.
There's a lady, Andrew Rotina Mavunga, who told the Zimbabwean government, this is peak fuel crisis.
Fuck.
She's like, no, don't worry, I figured it out. Diesel, that was her.
Coming out of rocks.
Hey,
I don't know who took the picture from the back of the rock.
But you know, but you know the crazy thing is there's actually a picture of 7 cabinet ministers outside their side
like this.
And you know what? Do you know what Jaka Zopera said? Jaka Zopera, when this lady demanded, I need Robert down here. That's when people said, But do you know how bad girl you are in 2007?
Boss.
To say Dizzy. Kuchi Noi.
Yo.
Even Elon Musk at his watch.
No.
Ginger innovation.
Hey. So you did that one with that. Oh.
So we now have Chiduma Namasende. We have Rotina Mafu.
Hey, the ball's high. Jesus.
Who's feeling themselves?
Who feels like it? Who's that? Is that a young Nyasha over there?
Nyasha over there. Let's get Nyasha over there. Jitsi.
One and only Mr. Bota.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Tinashe Mugabe changed my perception of Bota.
I feel
I can't look at porridge the same. Like the minute I translated to Bota, I'm like.
So do you know the crazy thing about Tinashe Mugabe that I also found out recently? because we're trying to find out the psyche of how those episodes are set up. Apparently, the setup is very simple. It's, if you want to have a DNA test, you can have a DNA test. But a DNA test costs X amount, $400. So the deal is, it's either you pay us $400 or we record this episode and put it out.
I catch 20.
So if you give them that 4-wire, your episode doesn't come out. But if you don't have 4-wire, the payment is
content, my nigga.
And I was sitting down and I was like, that's genius.
It's smart. It's fair. It's absolutely fair.
But my views are high is more than $400. Sema episode haya ningati nongwa batomba ya.
Oh. That nigga knows both.
And you know the crazy thing about church where Mumambo na chila ni ananga vile. James ananga nganga jizesa someone. He sounds like he's whispering someone because those episodes just hit a point where it's just
and it's the way he's, like you said, he's so calm. Saka ababa bota man magapetsela ubaba bota. Okay.
So Tinashe Mgabe, are we letting him in the list or are we?
Yeah. Is qualified? Is valid.
Qualified. Mr. Bakasa, what are my reservations? What are your reservations?
What are your reservations?
Oh, all right. All right. We are saying with the best of us, it's Apira so far. Tinashe is not a coronera on the level. Okay.
So, no.
Is that a fair? Should we disqualify him on the fact team?
No. Great.
We're saying
no. Morality aside, iconography. This is what we. Okay. After.
I feel like there's one that you guys are sleeping on though, but I'll let you. Okay.
Tatalicious.
Ooh. No. Begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly, no. Operative term.
Begrudgingly, I have to give you that.
Because we are so anti-tabloid with this podcast.
But
we are so anti-low hanging, low barrel,
I think she's
low vibrational stuff. But I said, like we did say, morality aside, icon status. I have to concede.
I think this is the first time that I probably will be vocalizing this, and this is a weird time to vocalize this. Tatalicious has challenged my perception again of us as Zimbabwean.
No, because she's exposed us.
No, you're right, that's the right word.
Because exposed us.
Pre-Tatalicious, we used to throw our morality in the air. A little bit too much. We used to take pride in being homophobic. Tatalicious challenged that position because whenever man don't want to talk about tap so I quit. And I'm like, hold up.
Whoa.
Hey,
whoa.
Like Tatalicious has challenged our perception and our belief of what we think we know about. Probably the only person who's allowed to get away with half the things. And I honestly think that's
she exposed us. She's exposed us on a moral.
Hey. These are some heavy. Tatalicious. Make some noise for Tatalicious.
Make some noise for Queen Tatalicious.
All right.
Tabina, chidumana masendeke.
Rotina
Mavunga, diesel girl. Tatalicious.
Tinashe Mgabe.
Oh fuck, we've got one spot.
Yeah, we've got one spot.
Is that what it is? Oh.
I mean, we can extend it depending on.
No, we can extend.
We can extend.
I nominate.
Jimmy.
Okay. I was about to talk to Jimmy. I was gonna. If it came back to me, I had Jimmy in my back pocket. I had Jimmy in my back pocket.
Jinimbi. How are we feeling about Jinimbi? Unanimous.
Okay.
Oh, what do you mean?
Kandizo.
And Jinimbi wasn't a noob.
Kandizo. We've had a strong argument here, a strong case for Tinashe Mugabe was valid. They voted to bump him up to honorary mention.
Okay. Recency bias. I hear it. Recency bias.
Yeah. Honorary mentions. But I get it. First with Tinashe. Yo,
Let's see what names. Tamis Agarembera so far.
Okay. He's there. He's gonna have to fight for his spot. Lazarus.
Elliot. Wekufawa kamukana. Was he Zimbabwean, that guy?
But he's South African.
That's crazy.
It's a strong one. It's a very strong one.
I think we're going to debate it because I'm going to but I touch cowboy. But if I say silver, so okay, silver.
I think abataita aiwa no abasiwa batwa nenya yedu ngomo wangu hey mutauro wamaita silver hey ngomo wangu taura nyaya yenyu zvizere igore ripiri because mwana wechidiki uyo arasika. I am just so happy kuti pataurwa tundu handiri kutoziva kuti even in age group yangu handizotokwana.
Haisikushuwa kwana taikuziva kuti kwauna silver kwapakaita fesa paka silver ndoitsvaga but silver problem yakaisa sura airaya
silver muri kumuziva here mimi?
Right. Madungu.
Oh yeah! I was waiting for this one. I don't know how we got this one.
Madungu is a bad man.
Heavenly commander. I was just seriously, Mimi. Heaven. Do you guys know what Madungu Aruto live streamer event? You know,
so when we were in heaven,
Madungu is within us.
In heaven, right now. The Lord told me that Princess Diana, the heavenly army commander, army, I don't know, and we're going to eliminate them in triple, right? Morona, black and forth, right now. I don't know, Nakandoro, Vani, his first pass, Kushka, Mo heaven, because Basaramaru Bata, Rubajanika. So, no. Jesus Christ.
I don't know if you guys remember.
Gabriel, Nakandoro. You guys, coming true. Yes. Thank you.
I don't know if you guys remember when Madungwe Kagatsama Agazushka
No. Did you hear him say Pamatabi? You so vexed. No. Anyway, I just want to say, heaven, Mama, it's up to you. But
in Lotara, OG of the Papas, Matthias and Mildred.
Ooh.
No, I'm not the OG, I'm a Papa.
Ooh. That's a strong one because I don't know if you guys remember with the Matthias and Mildred, he changed the camera up here. Apana, Matthias and Mildred, one rumor. He wants Matthias and Mildred, very yoka. I don't know, the people that know this, again, I think it's an honorary mention. And Mother's Mildred was the original. Do you know Mapicture ana papa
Jesus Christ.
Mothers in Mildred, I remember even as a kid. Pakatanga Pentecostal churches there were churches that you would see. Because Pakatanga, I mean, we had grown up on Zayonja, we had grown up on AFM. From the Zita, but Mothers in Mildred, it destroyed all the stereotypes because the rule of Pentecostal churches was at some point, Panfana was God something. Panfana was Jesus something. Mothers in Mildred, no. This is Mothers in Mildred Ministries. Sons and daughters of Jesus.
No, not of baby Jesus. Nothing. No.
Sakata wirana ere uti tope veri rupe rabanani. Ebi, barama.
No contention. I know personally, I feel like unsung hero about was Sylvester. No, because Sylvester, I felt Sylvester. Sylvester.
No, guys, one very toxic, but Shaddai.
Shaddai.
Boo! Boo! Let's bully Neshidiki. Neshidiki, pass in Neshidiki. Pass in Neshidiki. What it? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been incredible fun, man. Did you guys have fun? Yeah. Did you guys have fun?
I had a boot.
So to round up our top 5, Chidumona Masendege unanimously, Rotina Mavunga just off the weight, Disney Bay. 7 cabinet minister.
Zero dog. Crazy work,
bro. Tikatapina mnani. Tinashangaa betati. Tati ona relation. Unanimously tikati delicious. 3, number 3. Tikati chinimbi. Aiwa, no. Here's the thing. Abba inine, I will actually be a dictator. Jinemi is the one guy during Jinemi's time. Everyone who thought they were handsome during the time, because Jinemi, do you know how ridiculous it is to get on a video call on an Instagram live and the girl pops up and you say, do you know Jinemi looked at the girl on Instagram live and said, are you in Zimbabwe? And the girl was like, how do you know about your pillow? I wasn't Jinemi.
You left a void that can never be filled.
Do you know how ridiculous that is? I can tell what the room Zimbabwe and play away. You rather to make Gumbez inside. Munema juice. I was like,
hey, that's not goose feathers.
No, it's not.
My jumper.
There's your handsome paid bill.
Son. Yo.
I think the other thing that also makes Jinemi crazy is that he never had to buy anyone's affection. No. Anything. Anything like Jinemi. But
and the Bagashaya, Banana company member, staff member, on behalf of such and such enterprises, whatnot, we would like to share our deepest condolences to the family of like.
Jinemi was the original Chawawana Ijgane bed. Chawawana Ijgane bed. No. Mkomana, I live a life.
I lived it.
But no, guys, we missed a name. Now that I'm speaking, because I'm thinking of the name. Jinimbi's godfather. Fitz. Chiangwa.
Yeah, he said pace. I know Chiangwa has a random picture yakachi driver Michael Jackson.
I want to tell
Unozi akanza Hulk Hogan and a fucking Ric Flair
Apa una cash. Munenge mchingotifidza. Bosfiri mune HIV wakandipa. Wakambonitest. Do you remember that video?
My lymph nodes akazvimba kudai wakandipa.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that video? Yeah, hello, honey.
I just want to squeeze. I just want to feel.
Show them. I want boss pizza. I'm not pizza another.
No,
boss pizza. Who was number 5? Who was number? Madungwe.
Hey, Heavenly Army Commander. Hey.
I'm Heavenly Commander.
Tinasha kun honorary. And then now turn one.
I knew this something was wrong about this list. About a female representation.
We need more baddies.
Kazeme.
Gucci.
Kazeme. Dr. Grace Mugabe. Gucci Grace.
Hey, bro, and I mean
Gucci
it.
Grace.
And I mean it when I say Grace was my first childhood crush.
Garaba. Do you know
90s Grace? 90s Grace.
Nico Grace.
90s.
Do you guys remember? Grace Mugabe aenda unasema uche kuda Nico yo.
I donate my singer, my sewing machines.
Achibuda parade. Iwe.
The voice bro, she was stone cold bad. Like, it was a point of pride.
No. What are you? That was the 90s correspondence. So that was my views. My views. Teacher Ray, Gracie.
This lady, where do?
Grace I could beat.
Do you know the crazy thing about Grace Mugabe?
But the Grace was
Grace Mugabe can enter this list on two different categories. Just one is Grace. She can also enter over that 6 months in 2017.
Yeah.
Just 6 months.
You a joke. You know penka.
Stop it. I don't like that. That woman woke up with a PhD from nowhere.
Lady was stone cold sexy. I don't care what nobody tells me.
Top 5 you have found.
Yeah, not good. Give yourself a round of applause. Honorary mentions. No. Hey, look at this top 5 you're talking about. Who can see?
Yo.
Move out.
Nah, shout out to you guys, man. Big round of applause for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause for yourselves. What we're going to do, we're going to conclude the podcast recording at this point, but we are still here, we're still having fun. We'll find someone nice to take pictures for those that want to take pictures, but at this point, please feel free. Young Cheesy is going to be lacing us with some vibes. Please come through, sample some coffee, place your orders. We don't want you guys to think we are selling something, but please go sample the dark chocolate, luxury dark chocolate. Over here, we are people that want to invest. In any personally, I'm not trying to sell you anything. In any personally, never take a stand there last week.
It's not even a joke. Mukatenda unotoona zita rangu ritori panhembe. Spitsko. This is something that I feel very proud about. I feel very grown up about. I want you to know people who want to tell about invisible, who want to tell nini. Ndakatotsvaga ndikatoona ndipeka 500 square meter kanga asora mutanga zvoti 2000 chakadaro ndipeka 500 square meter kanga katinobhadhara chi ndiri comfortable. Saka if you want to have those conversations, these are the people to have conversations with. From the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you enough. You guys make our day. Thank you so much. I do hope we get an opportunity to do this again. Hopefully soon in an air-conditioned room. On time. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Munashe, do you have any?
Guys. And also, I hope I cleared the air on these
accusations.
Are you a miracle? Hey. You're guilty.
You are guilty on all counts.
Yeah.
Welcome. This is Black and Four. 2 black kings and we got that sauce. They don't really make it like we know more. Back to Teddy like cause we know more than anybody you know. Jokes. Kumba chango shika madiko my boss. Mana makazara my friends and my ops. When say are welcome. This is Black and Four.
So excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your attention, please. Before you all go out, can I just please ask everybody to come on the stage so that we can have a group picture behind the seats where the gentlemen were sitting. So if I can ask everybody to just come and stand behind, then we just have one group picture before you all go. Thank you very much.
No, we're going to look at the side. Oh, Plymouth. Cornwall. Proper down south. So we do Plymouth. Yes, okay. So why Plymouth? Over that because we don't buy money, and it's not like it's first time.
Thank you.